Have you ever woken up feeling like your internal battery is already at 10%, even though you just opened your eyes? We often blame our age or a poor night's sleep, but there is a quiet ailment that many of us face in these modern times. It is a spiritual and physical disconnection from the fuels God designed for our bodies. We reach for that third cup of coffee or a sugary pastry, hoping for a spark, but we only find a temporary flame that quickly flickers out, leaving us more exhausted than before. In the ancient world, people didn't have synthetic energy drinks or processed cereals, yet they possessed a rugged, lasting vitality that carried them through miles of desert walking and heavy labor. They relied on a blueprint of nourishment that was woven into the very fabric of the Holy Land. Today, we're going to rediscover that blueprint. We are going to look at how we can trade those modern empty fixes for the ancient, God-given solutions that provide a steady, peaceful energy that lasts from sunrise to sunset. I am David, and it is a joy to spend this time with you today. We are about to embark on a journey through 15 specific biblical breakfast secrets that have been hidden in plain sight within the pages of Scripture. These are not just foods, they are keys to unlocking a level of vigor and mental clarity that you might have thought was gone forever. By the end of our time together, you will have a complete toolkit to revitalize your mornings and sustain your strength throughout the entire day. The benefits of these ancient secrets go far beyond just physical energy. We are talking about supporting your heart health, sharpening your memory, and even lifting your spirits. When we align our plates with the wisdom of the Creator, our bodies respond with a resounding amen. It is about honoring the temple you have been given so that you can continue to serve your family and your community with joy. I want you to stay with me until the very end, because our 15th secret is perhaps the most overlooked element of all. And it is the one thing that ties all the others together for maximum absorption. Before we dive into these life-changing foods, I must offer a gentle reminder. While I have spent years studying the intersection of faith and health, I am not a medical doctor. The information I'm sharing is for educational and spiritual encouragement. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you are managing a specific health condition or taking medications. Now let us open the storehouse of biblical wisdom and see what the Lord has provided for our daily bread. The first secret we must discuss is wild honey. When we think of John the Baptist in the wilderness, we are told he survived on locusts and wild honey. While we might skip the locusts, the honey is a powerhouse of vitality. In the ancient world, honey was prized not just for its sweetness, but for its medicinal properties. Unlike the refined white sugar found in modern breakfast cereals, which causes a jagged spike and a painful crash in your blood sugar, raw honey provides a balanced delivery of energy. Think of it like a slow-burning candle rather than a flash of gunpowder. It contains enzymes, minerals, and antioxidants that help the body process energy more efficiently. A fascinating study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that honey can serve as an effective carbohydrate source for sustained athletic performance. This is because it contains a unique blend of fructose and glucose that the liver processes steadily. However, we must be honest and cautious because it is still a form of sugar. Those with diabetes should use it very sparingly and always opt for raw, unfiltered varieties to get the full enzymatic benefit. Also, remember never to give honey to infants under 1 year old. To use this secret, try stirring 1 teaspoon of raw honey into a bowl of warm oats or a cup of herbal tea. It acts as a biological spark plug, waking up your metabolism without the jitters. My wife and I have found that a little bit of honey in the morning helps us feel more alert during our early morning prayer time. Our second secret takes us to the fields of Boaz and the story of Ruth, where we find the humble grain of barley. In the Bible, barley was often considered the grain of the common people, yet it was the very grain used in the miraculous feeding of the 5,000. We often assume that all grains are created equal, but barley has a special secret called beta-glucan. This is a type of soluble fiber that creates a gel-like substance in your gut, slowing down the digestion of carbohydrates. Imagine a river that is controlled by a series of well-placed dams. The water flows steadily and predictably rather than in a destructive flood. That is what barley does for your blood sugar. It provides a sense of fullness and a steady stream of glucose to your brain for hours. Research from Lund University in Sweden has shown that barley can improve metabolism for up to 14 hours after consumption. This makes it the ultimate endurance fuel. When preparing barley, look for hull barley rather than pearled if you want the maximum nutrient content, as the hull contains the most fiber. A safety caution to keep in mind is that barley does contain gluten, so it is not suitable for those with celiac disease or severe gluten sensitivity. For a biblical breakfast, try making a barley porridge. Soak the grains overnight to make them easier to digest, then simmer them in the morning with a pinch of cinnamon. It is a hearty, grounding way to start your day with the strength of the ancient reapers. The third secret is the fig, a fruit mentioned from the very beginning of Genesis, all the way through the parables of Jesus. Figs were a staple of the biblical diet, often dried into cakes for travelers who needed sustained energy for long journeys. We often overlook figs today, but they are nature's own energy chews. They are incredibly rich in potassium, which is a mineral that many seniors are deficient in. Potassium is essential for muscle function and, more importantly, for maintaining a healthy heart rhythm and stable blood pressure. Think of potassium as the electrical conductor for your body cells. When your levels are low, you feel sluggish and heavy. Figs also contain a significant amount of prebiotic fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition highlighted how high-fiber fruits like figs can significantly improve digestive transit time, which is vital for preventing that heavy feeling in the morning. One thing to be careful about is the high natural sugar content in dried figs. While it is better than processed sugar, eating too many can still affect your blood glucose. Stick to 2 or 3 figs as part of your meal. You can slice fresh figs over yogurt or enjoy a piece of dried fig cake as a side to your protein. They provide a quick lift that doesn't leave you hanging, much like the first ripe fruits that the prophets often spoke of as a sign of God's blessing and provision. Fourth on our list is the golden liquid, often called the liquid gold of the Bible, extra virgin olive oil. In the tabernacle, olive oil was used to keep the lamps burning continually. This is a perfect analogy for what it does for our bodies. We have been told for decades to avoid fats, but the Bible and modern science both tell a different story. The healthy monounsaturated fats in olive oil are the preferred fuel for your heart and your brain. When you include a healthy fat in your breakfast, it signals your body to release hormones that tell your brain you are full, preventing the mid-morning snack cravings that lead to energy crashes. Olive oil is rich in oleocanthal, a polyphenol that acts as a natural anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation is a major thief of energy, making your joints ache and your mind feel cloudy. A landmark study known as the Pradime trial showed that a Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil significantly reduced the risk of cardiovascular events. A safety tip: always look for cold-pressed and extra virgin labels to ensure the delicate compounds haven't been destroyed by heat. Also, store it in a dark, cool place to prevent rancidity. My wife and I like to drizzle a tablespoon of high-quality olive oil over our morning eggs or even over a piece of whole grain toast. It provides a smooth, lasting energy that feels like anointing your body for the day's work ahead. The fifth secret is the pomegranate, a fruit so significant it was depicted on the hem of the high priest's robe. Pomegranates are packed with hundreds of tiny seeds called arils, each one a miniature reservoir of energy-boosting compounds. The secret here is their high concentration of nitrates and antioxidants called punicalagins. These compounds help to dilate your blood vessels, improving circulation. Imagine your circulatory system as a series of highways. Pomegranates help clear the traffic jams, allowing oxygen-rich blood to reach your brain and muscles more quickly. This leads to an immediate feeling of alertness and physical readiness. A study published in the journal Applied Physiology, Nutrition, and Metabolism found that pomegranate extract could improve exercise performance and blood flow. It's like a natural pre-workout that God provided in a beautiful red package. A safety caution: pomegranate juice can interact with certain medications, including blood thinners and some cholesterol drugs. So check with your doctor if you are on a strict regimen. To use this secret, you can sprinkle the fresh seeds over your morning porridge or drink a small 4-ounce glass of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice. It has a tart, refreshing zing that wakes up your palate and your cardiovascular system simultaneously, giving you that vibrant life in the blood that the scriptures describe. Sixth, we look at the wisdom found in the book of Ezekiel, specifically the sprouted grains mentioned in chapter 4, verse 9. The verse describes a bread made from wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, and spelt. While the context was one of siege, the nutritional profile of this combination is miraculous. When you sprout a grain or a legume, you are essentially waking up the seed. This process neutralizes phytic acid, which is a compound that can block the absorption of minerals like magnesium and zinc. It also increases the vitamin content, particularly B vitamins, which are the primary vitamins your body uses to convert food into cellular energy. Think of a dormant seed as a locked treasure chest. Sprouting is the key that opens it. This makes the nutrients much more bioavailable, meaning your body doesn't have to work as hard to get the energy it needs. A study in the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry found that sprouting significantly increases the antioxidant activity of grains. A safety note: if you are sprouting grains yourself at home, ensure you follow strict hygiene practices to avoid bacterial growth, or simply buy a reputable brand of Ezekiel bread from a store. Use a slice of this sprouted bread as the base for your breakfast. It provides a complete protein profile and a complex carbohydrate structure that keeps your energy levels flat and steady, rather than the peaks and valleys of white bread. The seventh secret is the almond, which holds a place of honor as the first tree to bloom in the spring in Israel, symbolizing watchfulness and new life. Aaron's rod famously budded with almond blossoms and fruit. Almonds are a fantastic breakfast secret because they are a dense source of magnesium and vitamin E. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral, but it is also a critical cofactor in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including the production of ATP, which is the actual energy currency of your cells. If you are low on magnesium, your body simply cannot produce energy efficiently. It's like trying to run a car with a clogged fuel filter. Almonds also provide a satisfying crunch and a healthy dose of protein. A study by the American Heart Association suggested that snacking on almonds can help reduce belly fat and improve cholesterol levels. A safety caution: almonds are high in oxalates, so if you have a history of kidney stones, you should consume them in moderation. For breakfast, try adding a small handful of sliced almonds to your cereal or eating them with a piece of fruit. They provide a structural stability to your morning meal that prevents the shaky feeling that often comes from a carb-only breakfast. I often keep a small jar of almonds in my car for those mornings when I'm running between church meetings and need a quick, holy boost. Our eighth secret brings us to the pastoral imagery of the Bible: goat's milk and its fermented forms, like yogurt or kefir. Proverbs 27 verse 27 says, "You will have plenty of goat's milk to feed you and your family." In the ancient Near East, milk was rarely consumed fresh. It was turned into curds or yogurt. This is a secret for energy because of the probiotics, the living bacteria that support your gut health. We are now learning that the gut is like a second brain, and it produces a large portion of the body's serotonin and other neurotransmitters that affect your mood and energy. If your gut is out of balance, you will feel sluggish and foggy, no matter how much sleep you get. Goat's milk is also easier to digest for many people than cow's milk because its fat globules are smaller and it contains less lactose. A study in the Journal of Dairy Science noted that the medium-chain fatty acids in goat's milk provide a quick source of energy that is less likely to be stored as fat. A safety caution: always ensure your dairy products are pasteurized to avoid foodborne illness, unless you have a very trusted local source. For breakfast, a bowl of plain goat's milk yogurt with a few berries is a refreshing way to populate your internal garden with the good bacteria that help you process energy all day long. My grandfather had a small farm, and I remember how he always seemed to have more energy than men half his age. He credited his daily bowl of cultured milk. The ninth secret is the date, the fruit of the palm tree. The Israelites found 70 palm trees at the oasis of Elim, a place of refreshing after the bitterness of Mara. Dates are often called nature's candy, but they are so much more. They are packed with fiber, which is the secret to their energy-giving power. While a date is very sweet, its high fiber content means the sugar is released slowly into the bloodstream. They are also incredibly rich in minerals like copper and selenium, which support your thyroid, the master gland of your metabolism. Think of your thyroid as the thermostat of your body's energy. Dates help keep that thermostat set to a comfortable, active level. A study published in the journal Nutrients found that dates have a low glycemic index, meaning they don't cause the rapid blood sugar spikes one might expect. A safety caution: like figs, dates are calorie-dense, so stick to 1 or 2. They are perfect for those mornings when you need to be out the door quickly. You can stuff a date with a little bit of almond butter for a perfect balance of healthy fats, fiber, and natural sugar. It's a portable biblical energy bar that provides a quick lift followed by a long, steady burn, just like the endurance needed to cross the wilderness. 10th, we find the secret of flaxseed. While the Bible often mentions fine linen, which is made from the flax plant, the seeds themselves were a staple of ancient nutrition. The Proverbs 31 woman is praised for her work with flax, and we can praise the flaxseed for its high content of alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. These fats are essential for brain health and for reducing systemic inflammation. If you find yourself struggling with brain fog in the morning, where you can't quite get your thoughts in order, you might be lacking these essential fats. Omega-3s help the membranes of your brain cells stay fluid and flexible, allowing signals to pass more quickly. It's like upgrading your brain's internet connection from dial-up to high-speed fiber optics. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition showed that flaxseed can significantly improve insulin sensitivity, which helps your body use the energy from your food more effectively. A safety caution: always grind your flax seeds before eating them. Otherwise, they will pass through your system undigested. Also, they can have a mild laxative effect, so start with a small amount, about a tablespoon. Stir ground flaxseed into your yogurt or oatmeal. It has a mild, nutty flavor that works quietly behind the scenes to sharpen your mind and stabilize your physical energy for the day ahead. 11th on our journey is the lentil. We remember the red stew for which Esau sold his birthright. While Esau made a poor spiritual trade, the stew itself was a nutritional powerhouse. Lentils are one of the best plant-based sources of iron and protein. Iron is the key component of hemoglobin, which carries oxygen to every cell in your body. When your iron is low, you feel like you're walking through molasses. Every movement takes 10 times more effort. By starting your day with a protein and iron-rich food like lentils, you are essentially oxygenating your entire system. Lentils also contain resistant starch, which acts as a slow-release fuel for your gut bacteria. A study in the journal Clinical Nutrition found that pulses like lentils can significantly increase satiety and reduce the glycemic response of the next meal you eat. This is called the second meal effect. A safety caution: lentils should be rinsed thoroughly and cooked well to avoid digestive upset or gas. While we don't usually think of lentils as a breakfast food in the West, many cultures in the East enjoy a savory lentil soup or dal for breakfast. Try a small bowl of warm, lightly spiced lentils with a squeeze of lemon juice. The vitamin C in the lemon helps your body absorb the iron from the lentils more effectively. It is a savory, grounding start that provides a birthright of energy that lasts well into the afternoon. The 12th secret is the walnut. In the Song of Solomon, we read about the Garden of Nuts, which many scholars believe referred to a walnut grove. If you look at a walnut, it looks remarkably like a human brain, and science has confirmed that this is exactly what it supports. Walnuts are unique among nuts because they contain the highest amount of plant-based omega-3s and a wealth of antioxidants. These compounds protect your brain from oxidative stress, which is a major cause of mental fatigue as we age. When your brain is healthy and protected, you feel more motivated and energetic. It's the difference between a clear, sunny day and a dark, stormy one. A study from UCLA found that eating walnuts was associated with higher cognitive test scores, including better memory and processing speed. A safety caution: walnuts can go rancid quickly because of their high oil content, so keep them in the refrigerator or freezer to maintain their freshness. For breakfast, I love to crumble a few walnuts over a bowl of fruit or mix them into some whole grain muffins. I keep a bowl of them on my desk as a reminder of God's intricate design. They provide a satisfying crunch and a dose of brain fuel that helps you stay focused and energetic through your morning tasks, whether you're studying the Word or tending to your home. Our 13th secret is a bit more challenging, but incredibly rewarding: bitter herbs. At the Passover, the Israelites were commanded to eat bitter herbs, such as horseradish, parsley, or cilantro. While we often think of bitter as a negative word, in the world of nutrition, bitter is beautiful. Bitter compounds stimulate the production of bile and digestive enzymes. This wakes up your liver and gallbladder, ensuring that your body can effectively break down and detoxify the foods you eat. If your liver is sluggish, your whole body feels heavy and tired. Bitter herbs act like a cleanse for your internal systems every single morning. A study in the Journal of Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine highlighted how certain bitter herbs can support liver function and improve digestion. A safety caution: some bitter herbs can be very potent, so if you have gallbladder issues or are pregnant, consult your doctor before using them in medicinal amounts. To use this secret, try adding a handful of fresh parsley or cilantro to a morning green smoothie, or simply chew on a sprig of fresh parsley after your meal. It cleanses the palate and jumpstarts your digestion, making you feel light and refreshed rather than weighed down by your breakfast. The 14th secret is the grape, specifically in its dried form as raisins or as fresh fruit. When the spies returned from the Promised Land, they brought back a cluster of grapes, so large it took 2 men to carry it. Grapes are a source of resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that has been linked to longevity and improved mitochondrial function. Your mitochondria are the power plants inside your cells. Resveratrol helps these power plants run more efficiently, producing more energy with less waste. It's like giving your cells a high-efficiency upgrade. Grapes also provide a quick source of hydration and natural sugars to get your brain moving. A study published in the journal Food and Function suggested that the polyphenol in grapes can help improve blood flow to the brain, which enhances mental performance. A safety caution: raisins are very concentrated in sugar, so a small box or a tablespoon is plenty. If you are watching your sugar intake, stick to fresh grapes. You can stir raisins into your barley porridge or enjoy a small bunch of fresh grapes alongside a piece of cheese or some nuts. They provide a burst of promised land vitality that reminds us of the abundance God has prepared for those who trust in Him. Finally, we reach our 15th and most important secret: pure water with a pinch of sea salt. The Bible calls us the salt of the earth, and our bodies are mostly water. Many times, what we perceive as morning fatigue is actually simple dehydration. During the night, your body loses a significant amount of water through breathing and perspiration. If you start your day with coffee before water, you are further dehydrating your cells. But here is the secret: plain water sometimes passes right through you. By adding a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt, not refined table salt, but salt that still contains its natural minerals, you provide the electrolytes necessary for that water to actually enter your cells. This is called cellular hydration. It's like the difference between pouring water on a dry sponge and letting it soak in. When your cells are hydrated, your energy levels soar, your skin glows, and your joints feel lubricated. A study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition showed that even mild dehydration can impair mood and concentration. A safety caution: if you have high blood pressure or are on a sodium-restricted diet, check with your doctor before adding salt to your water. To use this secret, drink a large glass of room-temperature water with a tiny pinch of sea salt first thing in the morning, even before your coffee. It is a simple, profound way to honor the living water that sustains our lives. As we look back over these 15 secrets, we see a beautiful, rhythmic pattern of nourishment. We see the golden sweetness of honey and the deep, grounding strength of barley. We see the heart-healthy fats of olive oil and the circulatory boost of the pomegranate. We see the waking up of sprouted grains and the cellular spark of the almond. We see the gut-healing power of cultured milk and the steady, oasis-like energy of the date. We see the brain-sharpening fats of flax and walnuts, the oxygen-carrying iron of lentils, and the liver-cleansing bitterness of herbs. We see the mitochondrial fuel of the grape, and, finally, the essential foundation of salted water. Each of these items is a thread in a tapestry of health that God has woven for us. They are not complicated, and they are not expensive, but when we bring them together, they create a symphony of vitality. It is a reminder that our Creator cares about the small details of our daily lives, down to the very fuel we put in our bodies each morning. Healing and energy are rarely the result of a single magic pill. Instead, they are the result of slow daily nourishment and the faithful stewardship of the body God has given you. These ancient secrets have been returned to us so that we can live out our calling with strength and clarity. When you choose to eat according to this biblical wisdom, you are making a statement of faith. You are saying that you trust the Maker's design more than the world's convenience. It takes a little more time to soak the barley or to slice the figs, but the reward is a life lived in the fullness of strength. You don't have to change everything at once. Just start with 1 or 2 of these secrets tomorrow morning. Notice how you feel. Notice how your mind stays sharper during your morning devotions, and how your body feels more capable of handling the day's tasks. This is the path of ancient wisdom, a path that leads to a life of sustained energy and peaceful vitality. I want to encourage you to pick just one of these biblical secrets to start with this week. Perhaps it's the glass of salted water or the tablespoon of olive oil. Once you try it, come back and leave a comment below to let me know how it changed your morning. If you found this helpful, please share this video with a friend who might be struggling with their energy levels. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more faith-based health wisdom. We are a community dedicated to honoring God through our wellness, and we would love to have you join us. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you and give you the strength to soar on wings like eagles, to run and not grow weary, and to walk and not faint. Go forth in His strength today, nourished and renewed. Amen.